Recording in progress.
Good morning, candidates. This is regarding the new attempt being made by Reserve Bank of India to save on expenses incurred on, say, US dollar, and also to see that the value of rupee is not going down, because when we depend more on US dollars for making payment for our imports, the value of Indian rupee goes down. So in order to prevent that, steps are being taken by Reserve Bank of India, and some details have been given by BION television, and let us see a few parts of that.
Forex, which is why India's Reserve Bank has come up with a new plan. Indian traders can now settle their business in rupees. Until now, that was not the case. Trade had to be done in convertible currencies, like the dollar, or the pound sterling, or the euro. But that's not the case anymore. Pretty soon, India's international trade can be conducted in Indian rupees. Let me explain how that works. Step 1, countries must express interest in the rupee trade. Step 2, both sides exchange bank accounts. For example, let's assume Russia wants to trade in Indian rupees. Then Russian banks will open accounts in Indian banks, and these are called Vostro accounts. Similarly, Indian banks will have to open accounts in Russia. So both sides will maintain reserves in local currency. Step 3, the trade begins. Again, let's use an example. Suppose India is exporting something to Russia, say cars. Now, Russia will pay for these cars in their currency, the ruble. But that money is not directly paid to the exporter. Instead, that money, those rubles, are deposited in the Vostro account. Step 4, the banks calculate the payment in rupees. How do they do that? Based on the market conversion rates. For example, if the payment is, say, 100 rupees, then the bank releases 135 Indian rupees to the exporter. That is today's exchange rate. So effectively, here's what the system means. Indian exporters get paid in Indian rupees, and Indian importers pay in Indian rupees. How will this system benefit India? In 3 ways. Number 1, it will arrest the rupee slide. The US dollar has hit 79.5 against the rupee. Experts say it would soon reach 80. So the RBI is deploying Economics 101, increasing the demand for rupee. Under this new system, foreign traders will require more rupees. And more demand equals more value. Benefit number 2, it conserves valuable foreign exchange. India's reserves stand at $588 billion. That should be enough to last us almost 10 months. But the problem is the trajectory. Foreign investors have pulled out $33 billion from the Indian markets. Plus, the trade deficit is increasing. It is 2.5 times last year's level. So the RBI is looking to get ahead of the curve, protect the reserves, and use the rupee instead. Benefit number 3, easier trade with struggling regimes. This includes the likes of Russia, Iran, even Sri Lanka. Most Russian banks have been kicked out of the international banking system, the SWIFT system. So the Indian rupee trade could be an alternative. India and Russia can trade without the US dollar. That's a lot of savings for both sides. Let me show you the numbers. In June, India bought 950,000 barrels of oil per day from Russia. That's almost 15% up compared to May. At the same time, the imports from West Asia dropped. Iraq.
So candidates, you must have come to know about a new mechanism that is being introduced by RBI for dealing directly with Russia for Russian imports, and maybe in respect payment in terms of rupees in respect of other countries also. This is not much of a difference, except that in the earlier case, we have to pay in terms of dollars. When we have to pay in terms of dollars, first we have to acquire dollars and then make payment to Russian banks. So now that step has been prevented. So they feel this will be helpful for Indian rupee, in that it is not going down still further. In case I come across some other article on that, I will try to share with you in our Telegram group so that you can go through that also and understand. The main point is similar to what India attempted for introduction of Rupee cards. Earlier, we were having Visa card and MasterCards, where we had to pay commission in terms of foreign exchange, that is US dollars. Now that has been prevented, even though we have to pay commission. The commission is to be paid only in terms of Indian rupees within India, whereas now there is no outflow. Similarly, now in virtue of this recent mechanism that has been introduced, it seems that most of the imports are coming from Russia nowadays, and payment, if it is made in Russian ruble and Indian rupees, then it will prevent, say, conversion rates to dollars. So that may save some money for our exporters also. Thank you. Thank you so much. Best wishes.